Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how you can build a car dealer marketplace using dynamic content and without needing a single line of code. Now this is a full custom solution, meaning that you can customize literally any aspects of this website and build the exact solution that you have in mind. Now this will work for cars, trucks, motorbikes, boats, machineries, or whatever you want really. Now when it comes to dynamic content, we'll come across words like custom post types, taxonomies, and we're also going to create dynamic page templates with dozens of widgets. So this might sound very complicated, but don't worry because we'll go through all the steps one by one and I'll explain everything as we go along. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, so the very first step is to take care of our hosting and domain name registration. So for this, simply click on the very first link in the description below where it says get hosting here. Now, it's important that you use that link because it will bring you to a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger, which will give you access to 75% discount. And if you use the coupon code MrWeb at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% discount on top. So simply click on this link here. And this is going to bring you to this page. And again, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger. So special prices, obviously, special discounts. If you scroll down the page, you'll find different plans. So as you can see, start from only $2.99 per month. Next one up is $3.99, and then the cloud startup is $9.99. So what's the difference between those three? Well, basically is the performances and the speed. So as you can see, this one is standard performance, this one is up to 5 times faster, and this one up to 10 times faster. So now it depends on the amount of resources that you need. If you're only running one website, this one is absolutely fine. Now, if you're running multiple websites and also maybe e-commerce website, you might want to consider either this one or this one, depending on the amount of traffic and visitors that you're expecting every month. And also with Hostinger, you get a lot of free stuff. You get free SSL certificate, free email, and also a free domain name. These options normally are paid with most web hosting companies. So in this case, you get those for free as well. And if you go for the business plan here, you get free CDN as well, Content Delivery Network. Now, obviously, they provide you with daily backup and weekly backup. As you can see, the entry level here is weekly backup, so they will back up your website once a week. If you go for the $3.99 one, you'll get a daily backup as well. So every day you have a full backup of your website. So feel free to select any of those plans. You can start with the $2.99 one and you can always upgrade to the next one up later down the line if you need more resources. So let's get started with this one here. So click on Add to Cart. And from here, you're going to select your billing cycle. So as you can see, it goes from 12 months to 48 months. Obviously, the longer your billing cycle, the more you're going to save. As you can see, it's $2.99 per month, but here you're going to save $432. Here, $216, and right here, $108. So what does that mean exactly? Well, basically, if you lock in your price at $2.99 for a year, after that, you will renew at $9.99. If you select 24 months, you will renew at $7.99, and 48 months, you will renew at $6.99. So basically for 4 years, you're going to pay $2.99 per month instead of $6.99. So feel free to select any of those. So let's continue on with the 48 months deal here, okay? So we scroll down the page, you can create your account, you select your payment method, and right here, we have a quick overview of how much it's going to cost you. So as you can see here, the normal price should be $707 down to $176. So this is a massive saving, isn't it? Now I also have a coupon code for you. So here, type in MrWeb. So there you go. And as you can see, the normal price $176.53, including taxes. Now let's apply this. And as you can see, now it's only $158.88. So that means that you get to enjoy a massive discount of 78%. And then after this, proceed to checkout. And now you can log into your account. So let's do this together. So simply enter your email address and password and let's log in. So this is your Hostinger dashboard. And right here on top, as you can see, you can claim your free domain. So for this, let's click on Claim Domain. And right there, you're going to type the domain name that you want to register. So for instance, your domain name, okay? And then select your extension. As you can see, you have .in for India, .me for personal websites, .com, this is the most popular one, obviously. You also have .net, .xyz, .help, .host. So select the one that suits your type of business. So let's go ahead with .com as an example here. And then we're going to check the availability. So let's click on this. And as you can see, this one is already taken. So you might have to look for a different variation of your domain name. So in our case here, we're just going to try to register Learn with MrWeb, okay, as a .com. So again, let's check the availability. So this one is available. So we're going to claim our domain, okay? So let's do this together. So let's claim our domain. And then by law, you have to enter your details here, obviously, you know, because you have to know who's registering the domain name. So let's click on the next step. So I'm going to fill this out very quickly. So there you go. And now finish registration. Very good. So now let's click continue. Very good. As I can see, the email verification is pending at the moment. So basically go to your mailbox and click on the link that's inside that email. So we have done that already. So now we can refresh. Very good. As you can see, now it's active and verified as well. Now we can set up our server. So we go back home here. So depending on which plan you purchase, maybe premium, business or cloud, you will see one of those sections here, okay? So when it's not set up yet, you will have a button like this one just next to it. So again, it could be premium, business or cloud. Either of those is absolutely fine, you know? So now click on setup. Now we're going to click on start now. And right here, you're going to go through a few different questions. It's like a setup wizard, basically, you know, to help you set up your hosting. So as you can see, you have a few questions here. What are you creating the website for? So you can select either of those, or you can skip altogether. I would advise that you skip this one altogether, you know. Right here, what are you going to do? Are you going to create a new website or migrate a website? Well, in our case, we're going to create a new website. So select this. So do you want to build this with AI or ourselves? Well, we're going to build this ourselves. So just skip this step altogether now. And you're going to select your domains. So normally it should show up automatically, but if you have more than one domain registered, you might click on the drop-down menu and select the one that you want to assign to this, and then click select. And now right here, you're going to select your server. So this should be normally the nearest either to you or to your target audience. So let's say if you're based in United States, selling to people in the United States, well, you select either of those two here. But maybe you're based in the United States, maybe selling exclusively in Europe, in which case you might select one of those servers here, okay? So because we're based in Ireland here, we can select either Netherlands or maybe United Kingdom. So United Kingdom should be nearest. So let's click on this and now we click change. Very good. And now we're going to finish our setup. So as you can see, now it's taking care of everything. We can see the progress line. So now as you can see, it's installing the SSL certificate for us automatically. Very good. So we're done already. As you can see, well done. You are ready. So from here, you can either go and see your website. So we don't need that because we haven't built anything yet. So we're going to go back to our control panel. Okay, so let's click on manage site. There you go. And we're back to our dashboard now. So now from here, we're going to create an email address and also we're going to install WordPress on our server. So first, as you can see, it says free email setup is not finished. So let's click on the manage here. Very good. So as you can see, I've paid plans as well. I would go with the free one. Absolutely no problem with this, you know. So I'll click select. So let's create our email address, so maybe info@. You're going to enter your password and then a recovery email just in case. I'm just going to put hello@mrweb.tv, okay? And now we're going to create our new account. And there you go. As you can see, we have a new email address now and you can access it using the webmail. So if you click on this, you can open this in a new tab. So this is your email address, enter your password as well and click login. And there you go. As you can see, this is your mailbox, basically inbox and sent and spam and archive. So basically you can access all your emails immediately from here. And now we can go back to our dashboard. Okay, so from here, we're going to install WordPress. So right here, you have website, click on this, expand. And as you can see, you have WordPress and auto installer. This is the one we need to click on. Okay, so click on auto installer. And for this type of project, we need WordPress, but also WooCommerce. So the one we're going to select here is this one because we're going to build an e-commerce platform. Okay, we need WooCommerce installed as part of our main plugins. So we're going to click on this, select. So first, let's enter the website title. So maybe learn with Mr. Web. Make sure the admin email is correct and then create a username and a password as well. Now we move to the next step. So right here, you can select if you want automatic updates or not. So it is advised to use this option here, update only to minor version, but that's really up to you. If you want to automatically update to the newest version, you can select this one here altogether. Again, that's really up to you, okay? And then click install. And there you go, guys. You can see this is done already. So we have everything installed, you know, Lightspeed cache, object cache, SSL certificate. So now you can edit your website by clicking on this button here. So I'll click on that, it will open up in a new tab and this will give us access to our WordPress dashboard. Very good, so welcome to your WordPress dashboard. So let's have a look at our website in the front end. So hover on the title here, visit site, open in a new tab. And as you can see, this is the default theme that comes with WordPress, so nothing exceptional basically, you know, and it's got nothing to do with car dealership or marketplace at all. So what we're going to do now, obviously, is to install our own theme and all the essential plugins. So for this, we're going to use Crocoblock. So as you can see, Crocoblock is the ultimate toolkit for building websites with WordPress. But the most important part with Crocoblock is that it's a full suite of plugins. So basically you get a full solution that you can use to customize your website exactly the way you want and build it exactly based on your own requirements. So as you can see, build dynamic WordPress websites with no code. And you can include all of these here. As you can see, you get dynamic image, dynamic term, dynamic link. So everything is dynamically linked from your database into the front end, and all of this without no code. So you can add custom post type, taxonomies, relations, option pages, forms, and create dynamic page template with dozens of widgets without any coding skills. So this might seem a bit confusing to you at the moment, but don't worry, we're going to go through all the steps one by one. So how much does it cost to use Crocoblock? Well, it's very simple. Let's address this now. Let's go to pricing. So if you scroll down the page here, you'll find all the different plugins available to build dynamic websites. So as you can see, this is the main one, Jet Engine. So this one is to create custom post types and taxonomies and create dynamic tables and charts and so on. So this is the main one, obviously. As you can see, this one is $43 per year. So they all have their own singular cost attached to them. So you have Jet Elements, Jet Blog, Jet Tabs, Jet Appointments, JetFormBuilder, and so on and so on. So to build a dynamic website exactly the way you want, like a car dealership, like we're going to build today, you need actually quite a few of them, you know. So thankfully enough, they have a bundle price here, as you can see, all inclusive, $199, and this one is per year, okay? So every year you have to renew. So it's costing you $200, let's say, to round this up, $200 a year. So this is the first option that you have, and for this price, you get access to all the plugins all at once. And also on top of that, you get access to dynamic templates, design templates, and interactive pop-ups, which is exactly what we need actually to build this type of website that we're going to build today, a car dealer marketplace. Now, there's two different options here. Now, depending if you run maybe a web agency or something like this, you know, you might prefer to get this one. So this is the freelance lifetime. So this is the keyword, lifetime, okay? So it's a one-time payment, once-off payment, and you get access to all these, and you can use it up to 500 websites. And then you have the unlimited project. So this is the one that we have personally here, and this one is unlimited project. So there is no limitations whatsoever. Once you have this, you can build as many websites as you want. So technically speaking, guys, $9.99 once-off payment, that's a steal, to be honest, because if you build even one website, charge your customer for a dynamic website maybe $4,000 or $5,000, you get your money back immediately anyways. So if you are watching this between May the 21st to May the 29th, 2024, I have some good news for you, because Crocoblock just turned 6. So this is their anniversary, and every year for their anniversary, they offer 40% discount. So let me repeat that, 40% discount. So feel free to select any of those plans, and let's go ahead with this now, okay? So once you've registered with them and purchased any of those plans, you can go to your account, and you will find something similar to this, okay? So these are all the plugins that you can download separately, but in our case, we're going to use a ready-made solution, which is even better and is going to save us a lot of time. So all you have to do is scroll down the page and find this section here, Crocoblock Wizard, okay? So all you have to do is to download this and then save it on your hard drive. And now we can go to our WordPress dashboard again, okay? And now this time we're going to go to plugins. I'm going to add a new plugin. And then here, upload plugin, and upload the plugin we just downloaded. So I'll select this one here, then open, insert, and activate plugin. Excellent, and as you can see, welcome to Crocoblock Wizard. So this is going to save us a lot of time. We're going to import the whole website in just a few clicks, okay? So let's get started. So let's go. Very good. So right here, you have to enter your license key. So where can you find it? Well, if you go to your account here, right on top, you will find your subscription here. And if you click on View Details, it will reveal your license key. Obviously here, for security reasons, I'm not going to do this on screen, but this is basically the procedure. And once you're done with this, all you have to do is go back here and paste it, and then click Get Started. Very good. And now you need to select either full Crocoblock installation or Jet Plugins installation. So in our case, it's the full Crocoblock installation. So install. And now you can select any of those themes here. So Kava is their own theme, so it's the one that's optimized for Crocoblock. It's created by the same company. Now, if you prefer Blocksy, Ocean WP, Astra, GeneratePress, Hello theme, or any other theme you can actually install, that's really up to you. But let's go ahead with this one. This is the one that's most optimized for this solution here. So install, and then continue with parent theme or use child theme. I would highly recommend you use the child theme because this way is the safest way, basically, because if you make any future modifications to your theme, you can run the update and the child theme will still work. Okay, so continue. And as you can see, it started installing all the essential. This is our theme. And from here, now we can select our dynamic template. So which one is it? Well, if you scroll down the page, we're looking for dealer, car dealer. So this is the one here, okay? But you have other options as well. We'll go through this in the future. I'm going to show you how to install this one as well, and this one. So these are future tutorials that are to come. So basically, this one today is the car dealer. So start installation. And you need to install all of these, so you can install that, and you can even add a few extra plugins if you wanted to. Now this is up to you. These are the essential ones, and these are additional ones that are recommended if you wanted to make use of them. Personally, I think we're going to stick to these ones. Okay, so let's continue. And there you go. As you can see, the installation has started now. Very good. So here we have two different options: append demo content or replace my existing content. So if it's your first time, it's a clean installation, select this one. If you've already installed something on your website, you might want to select this one, but then you'll have to confirm and enter your password again, your root password. Okay, so in our case here, this is a fresh installation, so it doesn't matter. So we can continue on with this one. Okay, so continue. And as you can see, it's going to start installing everything. It's going to import all the sample data. So you have all the posts, the different authors, media, terms, and database table as well. Very good. So as you can see, this is all done. So we can continue. And as you can see, it's going to regenerate all the thumbnails. So this is basically to optimize the performances of your website. So again, this is going to take a few seconds. So I'm going to let it run and meet you guys again once it's completed. All right. So as you can see, we are all set now. So let's have a quick look in the front end. So this is what our website used to look like. So let's refresh very quickly here. And there you go, guys. You can see everything is there. So we have our main hero section here with the search feature. So we can search by cars, by machinery, and then by make. So basically you need to select this one first. And these are all the makes from all the cars. And then you have different models and so on. Types of transport, recent ads, VIP ads, and so on and so on. So that looks very professional indeed. So what we're going to do now is to customize this exactly the way you want. So obviously at the moment, as you can see, you can have cars, machineries, motor techniques, not sure what that is, special machineries, trucks and buses. So maybe you want to turn this into something else, maybe just cars and bikes or motorbikes or something like this, okay? Or maybe just something related to grass cutting equipment, or I don't know, whatever it is that you want to build. I'm going to show you how you can customize this exactly the way you want. As you can see at the moment, if I click on machinery, the makes will only show for those machinery. If I select one of them, only then can I select a model and then a location as well, as you can see, okay? And if I go to cars, you have all these different makes here, maybe Peugeot, and then 308 SW, and then you can run a search, okay? So this is basically how this works, but again, we can customize literally everything start to finish. Also, as you can see, there's a place an ad, so this will work as well for your visitors to upload content on your website. So this is a marketplace basically, okay? So of course you want to charge money for this, so you want to get paid for them placing an ad. This is how you generate revenue on your website, obviously, okay? So let me show you how you can customize basically everything start to finish. So we go back to our backend here. Excellent. So from here, let me show you how you can build your main structure. So design your website exactly the way you want it. So clearly at the moment, this is a car dealer marketplace. So as you can see, we have cars, machinery, all sorts of things, you know, and different makes, models, and locations. So first, obviously, we have our ads or listings, okay? So they're right here by the side. If you click on this, these are all our ads that are displayed on our website. So as you can see, this one Honda CBX 650. If you go back to the home page, you will find it here. This is Honda CBX 650. So a visitor uploaded this and now it's displaying in the front end, okay? So that's pretty clear. Now, how do you create this? As you can see, you have ads here, but this could be called anything you want. So if you go back up here, as you can see, you have pages and you have posts as well. So basically ads is a different type of post. So this is called post type. Okay, so if you scroll down here, we go to Jet Engine. So Jet Engine is the main engine of your website here. This is why it's called Jet Engine. Okay, so this is where you can create customized type of fields, types of listings, types of taxonomies, anything really into your WordPress website here. Okay, so as you can see right here, we have post types. So if you click on this, we have only one type, which is ads, which is actually this one here. Okay, so this one is this one. So if you click on it, this is where you can customize everything that's related to your ads. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this in one tab. Okay, and in the other tab, I'm going to open Jet Engine and post type. Okay, so I'm just going to right click and open a new tab. So this is our post types, and this is our actual listings. Okay, so if I open an ad here, so the Honda CBX 650, and if you scroll down the page, this is where you will enter all your data related to this listing. Okay, so as you can see, you have a gallery, price, mileage, body type, year, door, etc., etc. Okay, so bear this in mind. Okay, gallery, price, mileage. Now, if you go to your post type right here again under the Jet Engine section, open this. This is where you create your custom post type. Okay, so if you scroll down the page, as you can see, this one is called ads. This is the slug, single car. And then if you scroll down, you will find your meta fields. So these are your custom fields that are attached to your ads or your post type. Okay, so here, as you can see, you have gallery, price, mileage. So we go back here, gallery, price, mileage. Okay, then after this, we have body type, year, and door. And then we have body type, year, and door. Okay, so this is basically how you can create your internal fields for each listings that your visitors will have to fill out. Okay, so these are all the common fields that you want them to fill out. So again, here, as you can see, you have price as an example. Let's start from the beginning. So gallery, if you click on this, the label, so this is what will display in the backend. As you can see, it says gallery, and this is the gallery. Okay, and then you put a name ID, so you can create whatever you want here, you know, add underscore gallery. And as you can see, this is the one that's referred to here, add gallery as well. So we know that's the exact same field that's being matched here. Okay, and then what type? This is a field, and the type of field is a gallery. Okay, so let me close this one, go to the next one. We have price again, so this is price, the name ID is price again. Right here is the same thing, price. Okay, and this is a field, and basically what type of field? Text. Okay, so now let me show you if you wanted to add an additional one yourself. Okay, we can scroll down and add a new meta field. And let's say for the vehicle, you want to know if it's roadworthy, if it gone through the test. So here in Ireland, we call that NCT for personal vehicle and DOE for commercial vehicle. So you could call this whatever. I'm just going to call it test, road test maybe. Okay, road test. Okay, and then here, as you can see, we'll create that automatically, but you can name this whatever you want, literally, you know. So the field type, this is a field, and what type? Well, we're going to select maybe for this one a radio button. So this way they can select either one option or the other. And then we're going to add our own fields. Okay, so we're going to say valid certificate. Okay, and then I'm just going to copy this, paste it here, right? And then we're going to add another field, and this time it'll be invalid. Okay, so Control C, Control V, there you go. And now you can save this basically, and it will be added to your listing or ads. So we can update. Now let's go back here and refresh. And if I scroll down the page, you will find this field here, road test. Is it valid or invalid? Now by the side here, you have a few additional sets of information. You have color, as you can see, you have state, so you can select which state you're in. You have models. You also have makes, which is very important. Obviously, you need to know which make this is, and the type of transport. So this is basically the category. Is it a car? Is it a machinery? Is it a truck or a bus or something like this? Now, clearly, you want to customize this to fit your own requirements and the type of website you want to build. So these are not actually custom post types. These are actually called taxonomies. So taxonomies are basically ways of breaking down your listings into smaller parts so that people can find exactly what they're looking for. So how can you customize this? Well, very simply, again, we go back here, and this time we will go to Jet Engine. And right here, as you can see, we have taxonomies. Okay, click on this. And right there, you have all your taxonomies. You have color, state, model, makes, and type of transport. Okay, so let's open one of them. Okay, so let's say maybe state. Okay, let's open this. So what is it? Well, state is linked to the post type add, which is this one here. And as you can see under add, we have state. Okay, so that's basically where it will be added and linked to. So this is linked to our ads. And if you scroll down, as you can see, you have no meta fields, nothing. This is just being created the way it is. So that's pretty self-explanatory for now. So let's go and have a look at another one now. So maybe models. Okay, so again, models, and then post type, this is linked to our ads. So if you go here, as you can see, you have the different models. And if you scroll down, you have no meta fields either. Now, if you go to types of transport, this one again is linked to our ads, types of transport, okay? But if you scroll down, this one has two meta fields. This one has the term icons and list number. So what are these exactly? Well, it's very simple. Let me show you. We're going to open another window here. So we go to our ads, we go to our types of transport, and then let's open any of them. So cars as an example, okay? So as you can see here underneath, you have your usual name, slug, and description, but you have two additional fields here. As you can see, term icon and list number. So as you can see, you have a small image, a small icon, and the list number is 1, okay? So if you go back here and select machinery, we have a tractor, and the list number is 4. So this is basically the order, how they will display, okay? And then we have this one here. So this one is called Moto Techniques, and this is a bike. Oh, these are bikes actually, Moto Techniques. So I'm going to put bikes here, okay? Now I know what that is. And then number 3 as a list, okay? So click update now. And this is basically how you would add those types of transport. So now, why did we add those terms here underneath? As you can see here, term icon and list number is because we're going to use these in the front end. Now, if you go back here, as you can see, if you scroll down, there you go, types of transport, you can display them here, and they will display in the front end. So you have the icon and also the name of the category. So we've replaced that with bikes. So let's refresh and see if it will reflect here. There you go, as you can see, now it says bikes, okay? So this is just basically how you can customize. Well, basically, these are your categories, so to speak, okay? Technically speaking, they are called taxonomies, okay? So it's a bit of a complicated word, but that's what they are. So consider this as your categories, okay? So then from here, if you go to ads and open any of them, so let's say color, this is where you will add all your terms, basically, okay? So you have black, blue, brown, gold, yellow, and all that. So I'm going to put here maybe multi-color, okay, just like this, and then add new tag, and this is basically how you can add them, okay? So that's very simple. Now let's go back to our main listing here. So again, as you can see, this is what it looks like, and by the side we can select the colors, okay? So as you can see, you have all the different colors. Now the way it is displayed here, you can customize this as well. At the moment you can select a few colors. As you can see, if I select red, I can select red, remove this one instead, and so on and so on. So the way it is now is that you can create any that you want. So if I want to add here, for instance, a weird color, maybe golden, okay, and then enter, he will create it automatically without me having to come out of this and back again. So this is handy in that way. Now, as you can see, the layout here is more like a blog post. You have the title here on top, a description, and you can add blocks and all that. So this is exactly like a blog post. I personally find this a little bit confusing. Now I'm going to show you a way of changing this so it looks like an actual listing, okay? So if you go back here now, we go back to Jet Engine and we go to post types. We're going to edit the ads again. And then here we go to the advanced settings, scroll down, and right here you will find support, okay? So you have title, thumbnail, author, and editor. So the editor is basically the block editor. The block editor will be applied here. If you don't like it, just remove this, update. Now let's go back here and see what happens, okay? Let's refresh, reload. And there you go. As you can see, this looks more like a listing than a blog post to me, you know. So now you know immediately where you can put your title, and all the fields are all displayed properly here. It looks more like a listing, technically speaking, okay? So again, as you can see by the side, it will display slightly differently, but altogether, I find it more practical this way. But again, this is just a matter of preferences. I thought I'll show you this. Very good. So now we have in place our main structure, which is our ads, color, state, model, and so on. So again, like I said, feel free to customize this as you see fit. Now, let me show you the next step. So if you go to the home page, as you can see here, if I select cars, the makes will display like this, okay? So we have Audi, BMW, Citroën, Ferrari, Ford, Infiniti, and so on. So these are all car makes, yes? And now if I go to bikes, it will only display Honda. So how does it know which is which and which relates to the other? So as you can see, if I select one, for instance, cars, I can select here now Citroën. It's going to show me the model, okay? And after this, the location. So how does this work? How does it know if I selected bikes or cars? And how does it know which one belongs to the other? Okay, so again, let me show you this. So for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. And this time, instead of Jet Engine, we're going to go to Smart Filters. Okay, click on this. And as you can see, this is where all our filters are located. So everything in the front end that's related to a search will be in one of them. Okay, so this is the one here right on top. So this is the first one, model hierarchy. Okay, but you also have price, year, location. So we'll go through all of these later on during this tutorial. But let's take care of this one here. So model hierarchy. So click on this. So let's go on top. So this is the filter name, so you know exactly what it is. So model hierarchy. So hierarchy meaning there are logical steps in between them and they are linked together, okay? So if you go back here, which type of filter this is select. So as you can see, this is a drop-down menu, exactly like we have here. Scroll down the page. Is it hierarchical? So that means you have category, subcategory, subcategory. So you can break it down in different sections, which is the case. And right here, we have the filter hierarchy. So how does that work? Well, the first one here is the type of transport. The placeholder will say any. So as you can see, if I go on top, we'll have any, okay? Any, and any here as well. And then we have to select the taxonomy. So remember here by the side, we have our taxonomies, which are those ones here, okay? So if you scroll down, now you can use the drop-down menu. And if you scroll down, as you can see, you can select color, state, models, makes, and types of transport. So technically speaking here, the logical order, the chronological order, is to know which type of transport it is first. Only then can you select the make, and then finally the model and the location, okay? So it all starts with this one. So this one should be in position 1, followed by the make. And again here, if you go through a drop-down menu, you're going to select your taxonomy here, and this one is makes, okay? And the same with models and state. So if you go back to the home page now, as you can see, if we select cars, we'll see those ones, okay? And if I select Audi as an example, we have the Q5, and then finally the location. So again, back to our question, how does it know that Audi is linked to cars and that the Q5 is an Audi model and this is based in Arizona? How does that work? Well, it's very simple. So let's go to bikes, an example here. The only one we have is Honda. So if you go back to your listings here, as you can see, you have all the ads. So we have Honda CBX 650, and right here, Yamaha XJ 600, which is pending. So this is clearly a bike, okay? So if I quick edit, and then I'm going to change this to published, then update. And then now we go back to our home page. So I'm going to go to cars and back to bikes. And if I click on this, as you can see, I have Honda and Yamaha. So if I click on Yamaha and search, this is the one, the Yamaha XJ600, which is exactly the one we have here. So basically your search filter here will only return makes, models, and locations based on existing listings that are actually published in each and every of those categories. So again, if you go to bikes, we have Honda and Yamaha now. So this is basically how this works, guys, okay? So right here, as you can see, we have additional filters here. We have by price, year of issue, or engine capacity. So if I wanted to narrow this down to maybe anything below, let's say $10,000, okay? I can run a search. And as you can see, all the items shown here, all the listings will be within that price bracket. So how does that work? Well, again, this is an additional filter, okay? So what I'm going to do now is to open the home page, and I'm going to show you how you can start customizing this and add all your different items here. And I'm going to build that together step by step, okay? So let's go back here. We're going to go to pages. And from here, we're going to select our home page. So this is the one. So edit with Elementor. And at the same time, while this is opening, we'll go back here, we'll go to smart filters, sorry. And as you can see, we have price, exactly like here. So this is the price. You have year of issue and engine capacity. And then we have, where is this now? Year of issue and engine capacity. Engine capacity is here and the year is right there, okay? So these are our three filters. So if you click on price, as you can see, this is a range. So this is basically here, the slider range, okay? And how does it work? As you can see, by increment of 100. And the prefix value is dollars. So it will display dollars here just before, okay? And then the variable I'm going to query is the price, obviously, okay? So this is pretty self-explanatory here. And this is how it will look in the front end. And we tested that already. You saw how it works. And then you have the year of issue and engine capacity. And this is the same principle. So if you go to all your filters here, we have the year, okay? Again, is range. And the field we're going to query is the year instead of the price, obviously, you know. So now let's go to Elementor. And as you can see, this is basically our block here. So right there, if you click on this widget is called filter, obviously. And you're going to select the type of filter, which filter, as you can see, model hierarchy. So if you go back to all our filters, this is the model hierarchy. This is the one we created. Remember this one here, that's called a type of transport. Then it gives you the make, model, and location. So this is the one that we're going to show up here on top. And then you can have this one here. So this one is a range filter, and the price, obviously, you know. This one is the year, and this one is the engine capacity, which are basically all here, okay? And then right there we have a submit button, so apply button, sorry, this is what it's called. So basically whatever query you're going to enter for either this or that, or all of them combined, once you click on this, it will return a result. And this is Ajax driven, obviously, you know. Now you can change this as well, submit or whatever you want, okay? And the redirect path will be to cars. And if you search any item here, so let's say again this search, as you can see we are in the cars category exactly like this, you know, and this is where it will show up. So back to our home page now, and also here in Elementor. So right here you can see you have the type of transport, recent ads, you have VIP ads, we have popular car brands. So how do you create all this? How do you customize the layout? How do you make them look exactly like this? And how do you display, how many do you display, sorry, and so on? How do you customize all of this basically, okay? So if you click on that, as you can see, this is a listing grid, and we have the type of listing. So again, for this, I'm going to show you how you can create that separately. So let's take care of this one as a first example, okay? So for this, we go back here, and this one, we go to Jet Engine, and this one is called listings. So the one we're interested in is called types of transport, okay? And we go back here and scroll down, and it should be here. There it is, okay? And now we're going to edit this using Elementor. So I'm just going to right click, open in a new tab again, okay? And then let's go there. Very good. So as you can see, what does it look like? It looks a bit different now, doesn't it? But this is basically what it is. So if you click on the item here, click on this. So this is a section. Inside your section, we have a column, and inside the column, we have our different items. So basically here, all you have to do is just create one item. So design one item, and it will show up like this in the front end, and it will add as many as you have, okay? So let's go back here quickly. So what I'm going to do now is to come out of this altogether, exit, okay? And then let's go back to our dashboard, apply. And what we're going to do is basically create this from scratch. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's probably easier if we do it together, okay? So again, we go to Jet Engine, we go to listings, and let's create a new one all together. So what type of listing is this? Is it for your post? Is it for terms, for users? Repeater field? Well, technically here, this is a term, okay? So this is our terms. Select this, and then we're going to select the type of terms. So here we said it is the types of transport, okay? So I'm going to select transport here, and then listing name. So we're going to put types of transports. Okay, and this is using Elementor. So now we can create this, okay? Create listings. Very good. So let's create our section, so Flexbox, and we're going to start going downwards. Okay, very good. And right here, we're going to add our different items. So this is our container. So what I'm going to do is click on this, go to Style. I'm going to add a border, okay? And we're going to select a solid border. And maybe we're going to put this maybe 1 pixel in thickness. I'm going to select the color. So I'm going to take a faded gray. Maybe this shade here would be okay. And we're going to add a border radius slightly, you know, as you can see, it's a bit rounded because this is what they like, you know, it's like a rounded shape around it. So I'm going to do this as well. Very good. So let's say maybe 10, okay? Just like this. So this is our border and the outer border taken care of. Now let's go back to the elements here. And if you scroll down the page in all your options here, all your widgets, you will find those with colors are all related to Jet Engine, Crocoblock, okay? So what we're looking for is for some dynamic image now. Dynamic, okay? You have dynamic field, dynamic image, dynamic link, dynamic meta, repeater, and terms. Okay, so what we need now is to add a dynamic image. So why a dynamic image, you may wonder? Well, remember when we went to Jet Engine here, we had the taxonomies, types of transports. If you scroll down, remember this is the image here, term icon. So this is the one that we need, okay? And while we're here, we might fetch the ID because we're going to need it. So we go back here now, and as you can see, the custom meta field, and this is where we're going to insert the term here, okay? So as you can see, I have a small motorbike. Now I can center this in the middle perhaps, okay? So this is how you can fetch dynamic content, okay? So now we're going to add underneath the name. So we're going to look for dynamic again, okay? And this time we're going to select the dynamic field. So drag and drop, okay? And right here we need to select what it is exactly that we want to display. So we go to the object field, okay? And as you can see, I have post, post ID, post title. But in this case, this is a term, okay? And what do you want to display? Well, is the term name, okay? So click on this. And there you go. As you can see, this is a bike. And again, we want to center this. So we might have to go to style and then center it. There you go. And now you can click update. Okay, so now we go back to our main section here. Then we go back to Jet Engine listings. So this is the one that we created, types of transport. Okay, so I'm just going to quick edit this. I'm going to put an X here so we don't mistake them between the two. So it's clear this is the one we just created. Okay, now if you go back to your home page, as you can see, this is what it is, okay? If you click on that, as you can see, this is our listing grid, and it selected this type of listing. So if you look for this new one, type, as you can see, you have two types. You have listing types of transport and type of transport X. So this is the one we just created. And look what happens if I select it now. It will display it exactly the way. And as you can see, it's a bit more rounded the way I designed it. There are different ways of designing it, obviously, you know, this is really up to you, but this is basically how you can create your dynamic content and display it as a listing. Now, obviously, any dynamic content that you have here, you can customize how many columns you're going to use. So if I wanted to display maybe 8 columns, you know, or maybe only 4, just like this, you know, then you can define how many posts, how many in total you want to display. So maybe 8. And as you can see, well, obviously we only have 6 columns here, but let's say I want to display only 4. And there you go. As you can see, it will display 4 across altogether. Okay, so if I was to select 6, because I think that's the maximum categories that we have. There you go, guys. Okay, now let's move on to the next one here. We have recent ads. And again, it's the same principle. If you click on this, so right here, as you can see, this one is called listing grid. So we can find it here again, listing grid. Okay, and if you edit this with Elementor, open in a new tab, again, you have one single item like this, okay? So you can customize this exactly the way we did. All you have to do is just create one, and it will display all the content automatically for you using the settings here by the side. So let's say if you wanted to customize this, or maybe create a new one altogether, you can do so just like we did, you know? Now, if you just want to customize things, all you have to do is basically click on it. As you can see, this is a permalink, and it's going to fetch the title, okay? So if you were to click on any of those here, maybe the price, as you can see, this is the source is a metadata, and we're going to select the price. As you can see, it's taken from the ads, okay? So you can fetch any information literally on your website, you know? As you can see, if you can get post, term, user, or object data. So if you were to use term, like we did with the categories, this is the one you would use. But in this case, because this is a listing, this is a metadata, okay? And right here, you could display anything that you want, any items that's part of this. So again, if you go back to your custom post types here, scroll down, as you can see, you have price, mileage, body type, year, where you could literally display whatever you want. So instead of the price here, you could have maybe the mileage or the year. If I select years, you can see it says 2014, okay? And if I select maybe the price, it will display the price, and so on and so on. So again, this is really up to you what you want to display here on your card, and then your card will reflect back here in the front end, and it will be displayed as a complete listing. And the listing is basically created here, okay? So let's have a look at this one here. It says automatic. If you click on this, as you can see, we have the metadata, again, metadata, and you're going to select which type of field you want to display. This one is transmission, and then just next to it you have this small icon here. This is basically this one here you could select, you know. So if you scroll down the page, let's add another one here as an example. I'm just going to select this face here, happy face, okay, then insert, and as you can see now we have happy face. So this is basically how you can design it, and once this is done, all you have to do is click update, and then go back to your WordPress dashboard. And if you go to the front end and refresh, you will find out that the car is a manual automatic with a smiley face next to it. So this is basically how you can customize those cards here, okay? So right here, as you can see, it says recent ads, and we only have 6 displayed. So how does this work? Well, again, as you can see here, the number of columns, number of posts, and the status should be published. And right here, if you go to term query, as you can see, it goes by name, descending, okay, and then it's hiding all the empty ones. So this is how you're going to display only 6 of the latest ones that were published, okay? So now let's pretend we're going to add another one here in between. So you have the VIP ads, so this is the same principle, you know. We're not going to cover that again. Let's pretend you just want to add the featured one instead, okay? Maybe just here underneath. So create a new category again, but just with featured one. So what we can do is basically duplicate this, okay? Duplicate. Scroll down the page. So here we're going to change this to featured. Yeah, featured ads. Okay, very good. And then here, obviously, we're going to change this and create our own listings. Okay, so we go back here. I'm going to create a new item. So this one is going to be post. What type of post? Well, this is our ads, obviously, you know. So we go to ads, and then we're going to put featured ads. Okay, and then create listing items. So we're not going to go too much into details. I'm just going to show you the ropes. Obviously, you're going to spend more time designing this, okay? So what I'm going to do is basically add a section here, this one. I'm going to change the width, okay? So here I'm going to go to the width here. I'm going to set this to maybe, let's say maybe 420, okay? Maybe a bit less, 420. Let's try 420. Okay, 420 is good. And then we're going to add something here. So again, we go and look for dynamic content. So dynamic, okay. So this is dynamic image first. Very good. So we want the image to display, and maybe we want this to be centered as well, just like this. Very good. And then we're going to add another dynamic field. And this time we're going to select a dynamic field right here, okay, just underneath. And we're just going to add the price and the title perhaps, okay. So we have the title here. We can style this a little bit. So the color is fine. We're going to center this. We're going to change the font and make it a bit thicker. So we're going to select Montserrat for the price. Let's say maybe something like this. And I'm going to make it a little bit thicker, maybe a bit more than this. Maybe extra bold. Okay, perfect. And then underneath, again, dynamic field. So here we're going to add the price. So here we need to go to metadata. And this time, let's find the price. Okay, where is it? Now, price is here. There it is. And then we're going to style this. We're going to put centered. Oh, sorry, not this one here, centered. I think it should be a bit thicker. No, I think it's fine, but maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, maybe just like that. Okay, now we go to content, and I'm going to tweak this around a little bit. So if you scroll down, as you can see, you can customize this. So filter field output and customize field output. So if you enable this, so right here we're going to add the $sign. Okay, just like this. So we'll display dollar just before. And then callback, we need to select number format, okay? And here we can customize this, as you can see, you know. So decimal point, none, it's a price here, that's fine. And then we're going to add, yeah, that's exactly it. Now, you might be based in Europe, might be the other way around. It's a comma here and a dot here. If you're based in the United States or any English-speaking countries, it would be displayed this way, okay? So this is basically the price. So now maybe you're going to change the background here, the container itself, and we can then select a color. So let's select any color, maybe a dark gray like this or something like that, you know, maybe a color that will stand out a little bit. Okay, let's go with this one, in which case we might want to change these colors here. So here we're going to change the color of the font, maybe white, and this one white as well. Okay, so color white, there you go. So this is basically our card. Now this is done, so we can save this. We go back to our WordPress dashboard again. Very good. So this is the one we created. So Jet Engine listings. This one is called featured ads. Okay. So now we can go back here, and instead of this one under our featured ads, oh, this should be featured. Sorry. There you go. We can click on our main listing grid, and now we can delete this one and look for featured. Okay. There you go. This is the one. Okay, and as you can see now it is displaying using the layout we just created. Okay, so now how can you customize this so it will only show your featured ads? Okay, so for this we have to go back to the WordPress dashboard, and initially remember when we created with Jet Engine we created a post type, and then we added our taxonomies. Part of our post types, if we go back to ads, you remember we had here something that's called is VIP. So you could use this field if you wanted to, or you can create a new one altogether, is featured. Okay, so this is up to you really. So we could duplicate this one. Let me duplicate this. Okay, and then click on it, and let's call this one is featured. Okay, and we're going to change this to is featured. Okay, very good. So now we can save this. Okay, so now we can go to our ads, and let's select a few of them listings and let's make them featured. Okay, so I'm going to select this one here, scroll down the page, and this one will be featured. Yes. Okay, update, and I'm going to do that very quickly with another few. Excellent. So I've done that with 6 of them at the minute. Okay, so now what we need to do to display only our featured ones is to add a custom query. So if you scroll down the page, as you can see, you can create a custom query. You can enable this and then select the query that you want to use. Okay, so now we need to create that together. So let's go back here, and then we go to Jet Engine, and right here the query builder. Okay, open this, and as you can see, already have the one here for the VIP post. So this is the same that's here. You know, right here we will only display those that have the VIP enabled. Okay, and what we want to do now is to create one that will only display those that are actually featured. Okay, so let's call this one featured listings. Okay, so you can give it a description here if you wanted to. So what sort of query is it? Is a post query. So scroll down, post type, we're going to select ads. Okay, so let's scroll down, where are ads here? Okay, very good. And now the meta query, you need to create this. Okay, so add new, and we're going to select our field. So this is a dynamic field, obviously, you know. So here, if you scroll down the page, you have to select Jet Engine. So this is a Jet Engine meta field. Okay, click on this, and we're going to select the value. So the value here is featured, and return a field value. Okay, so apply, and then return, leave that empty for now. So apply, and then we need to compare this to something. So it should be equal to, which in this case should be true. Okay, and then the type here should be a character. Okay, so add query. Very good. So now let's go back to our page builder here, and we can select our query now. Okay, and as you can see, it's not displaying here, so you might have to refresh. So let's refresh together. So let's scroll back down here, click on our section, we go to our queries, custom queries, and let's select the featured listings. And there you go. As you can see, now it's only showing our featured listings. So we have 2 bikes, a forklift, 2 boats, and this thing here, I don't know what this is called. And basically that's it. Okay, now if I was to select VIP post, as you can see, we'll only show the VIP post. So depending on the query that you can create, it will display exactly that. So you can create as many sections on your homepage and display only a specific type of listings. Okay, so after this, don't forget to click update. And that's basically it, guys. Okay, so this is how you can customize your homepage. So let's have a quick look in the front end. So let's go back on top and refresh. And let's scroll down. As you can see, types of transport. So we did that together. You have your recent ads, and right here, featured ad, obviously, you know. So clearly, these are not a link to anything. We have no hyperlink. So let me show you how you can link this back to all your internal products now. So let's do this with the featured ads. Okay, so we go back here, featured ads, edit with Elementor. Very good. So we can link the image. And then we have the name here and the price. Or if you click on any of those sections, basically will redirect directly to your product page. Okay, and right here by the side, as you can see, linked image. So enable this, and you're going to link this to what? Well, a permalink. Okay, so click update. And now if you go back here and refresh, as you can see, now I can hover on the image, and if I click on this, it will bring us to the actual listing. Okay, and then we can do the same obviously with the title and the price. So if you click on this, Again, scroll down the page, and there are no option here to link this to anything else. So if you wanted this to be clickable, what you have to do is to change this to something else. So now at the moment it's called dynamic field, but what we need normally is dynamic link, okay? Dynamic link, there it is. So grab and drop, okay? And now we can customize this accordingly. So as you can see, this is a permalink, and then here instead of read more, you want to display the title, obviously. So what you're going to do is put percent, title percent, and it's going to fetch the title, as you can see, CBX 650, okay? So now we can change the style. So let's change the color. So we're going to change the text color here to white, and then we're going to advance, and here we're going to center this, okay? And change the font. We're gonna, like we said, font that's thick enough, so Montserrat, okay? Very good, Montserrat. And then the size, maybe like we had the other one, maybe this size, okay? What is this, not 20? There you go. And then the weight, 700. So that's the exact same, perfect. And then that's basically it, okay? Now if you hover on top, you'll be able to click it. So update, go back here, refresh. And now you can hover on this, and it's gonna bring you to the ad as well, okay? Very good, so now we can delete the other one, delete. And then after this, all you have to do is click update, and that's basically it, guys, okay? So now if you go to the front end, you can click on any of those two, and it will redirect you directly to your listings, okay? So let's put this to the test again, just to be sure. Excellent, so as you can see, this one, it's a link. That's a link, and the price, obviously, you don't want it to be clickable, you know? So if I click on this, we are indeed being redirected to our listing. There you go. Excellent. So now let me show you how you can take care of the single product page like this one. So right here, the image, all the parameters here. You can see the lovely small icons next to it, description, and all the details. And right there, we have the price, we have the seller, and you can send the seller a message. If you click on this, as you can see, you can send them an email directly, and they will reply. And also here at the bottom, we have similar ads. So let me show you how you can create this, how you can customize this, and how you can create your own as well, okay? So again, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, or you could simply go on top here and edit with Elementor. And as you can see, you have the header, single ad, listing grid, and main footer. So the one we need is single ad, okay? So right click, open in a new tab. So let me move this here now. Very good, as you can see, this is the content of our page. So again, this is the same principle as before. If you click on this, it's using different widgets. So this one is called gallery slider, okay? And it's going to fetch this from your post type. And the gallery key is the add gallery. Where do you find this? Well, it's very simple. Again, if you go back to Jet Engine, we go to post types, we go to ads, scroll down, and as you can see, this is our gallery, and this is basically this, okay? This is the name ID. So if you were to do Control-C and then Control-V, this is where it is, okay? And as you can see, you have all the different images here underneath. So all your settings are right there, basically. You know, you can set how you want to display this, if you want to enable the slider, yes or no. So these are pretty self-explanatory. You can play around with this. So if you scroll down the page, you have all the different parameters. So this could be maybe details instead, okay? Car detail or something like this. And here, as you can see, you have the type of transport. So if you click on this, this is basically an icon box. So you have text with an icon. So click on this, and then you can select the icon that you want that will display next to it. And this is your text. So this is basically very simple to customize. But next to it, as you can see, we have dynamic content. So this, all those fields here, these are all dynamic, okay? So if you click on this, as you can see, this is dynamic terms. And again, you're going to fetch this from the taxonomy, okay? So from where is this one? This is the type of transport, okay? Here you have body type. If I click on this, this is metadata and body type, okay? And then have the year. This is also metadata and year. And this one is the door. Again, metadata, door. And here we have all-wheel drive, metadata. And basically all of these are all coming from your ads here, from your main listing. So that's basically how you can create these. Again, right here with the description. So this is a heading. This is the actual description. And this one, we're going to fetch this again from the post term, user, and object. And right here, you're going to select, this is the post content, okay? So this is basically the description, and it's the same here. So we have the basic and advanced auto feature. Click on that. And again, as you can see, these are fetched from the advanced options. So that's basically how you can import all your content right here on your page, and feel free to customize this the way you want. Now, by the side here, as you can see, we have the name of our car, the listing, you know. So again, this is our title, and this is the price. So basically all these fields, we've covered that already. Now, what is new here is the actual user here section. As you can see, you have Tom Miller, which is a seller, registration date, his phone number, and send a message. So as you can see, all of this obviously is of great importance to us because we haven't covered that yet. So let me show you how this works. Okay, so if you click on this, we have an image box, and it's going to fetch the user image, user field, and the profile page URL. So where are all these details? Where is that information stored? Well, again, as always, we go back to the WordPress dashboard, and we're going to go to the user section. So right here, as you can see, you have the admin. So this is Tom Miller, which is actually our seller here. Okay, so if you click on this, all the fields here are just the usual ones that you have with WordPress. There's nothing special. But if you scroll down the page, you will find some custom fields here, okay? As you can see, the VAT number, profile picture that we need, the phone number, the about me, and the location. So basically, this is going to use the core feature, so the user core feature from WordPress, but we're going to add a little bit of a few different fields, basically, right here. And so we can use that and display that on our page, okay? So how does this work? Well, again, we are using Jet Engine for this, okay? So Jet Engine, so we've covered post type, we've covered taxonomies. So this one here, it's a completely new one. When you want to add something to an existing feature of WordPress, an existing core feature, this is called meta boxes. So if you click on this, as you can see, you have the user settings, click on that. And right here, if you scroll down, we have the meta fields again. And there you have it, VAT number, profile picture, phone number, about me, and location. Okay, so this basically, your meta field will be added to your user section. So meta box will be added to, and as you can see here, that's the user. And again, the meta box is basically to add fields to existing core features in WordPress, like the user registration process here, okay? So that's basically how this works. And once you have this done, well, basically you can display that in your listings here. So if you click on this, as you can see, it's going to fetch the user image, user field, and profile URL, which are basically those fields here, profile picture. And then we have the image as well, which is this one, and so on, okay? So that's basically how this works. So now, if you click on this, as you can see, you have the profile picture here. Here we have the display name. This one will have the about me. And this one is the seller page, okay? So that's basically it. So again, this is called meta boxes, and this is how you can insert them into your listing. So right here we have the phone number. Click on this, same principle. As you can see, this is a button, and the content, we're going to use the user field again, and this one is called phone. And again, this is the field that we have here. As you can see, the phone number right there, okay? So this is where the information is stored and will be fetched and displayed in your listing. So now let's say if you wanted to create an additional field here for your users, maybe you want to know if it's a private individual or a dealer or a reseller, you know? So maybe you could go here and let's create one together, okay? So let's say status maybe, okay? I don't know what to call it, maybe status, okay? And this is a field, and right there we can select maybe a radio button, and we're going to add here private seller or seller type maybe here, sorry, yeah. Seller type, that would make more sense. I'm going to delete this, okay, seller type. So private seller, and then here dealership or something like that, okay? Very good, so update. And now if you go to your users, we can edit that user here. And we're going to select here at the bottom, we're going to say that he's maybe a private seller, okay? Update user. And now we go back here, we can add that field in between. As you can see, I've registered. So maybe edit this and then duplicate it. And right here, we could have maybe instead of registration date, we could have something else. So here we're going to select metadata again. And this time the one we just created, okay? So seller type. And as you can see, it's displaying as a date. This is because you have the date format here. And then we're just going to remove this and have it as make clickable maybe, okay? And then, as you can see, it says this, and now we still have registered. Oh, we can remove this. So here we could have seller type instead, okay? And there you go. Now we still have the small icon here that we can change. So we could have maybe a user, or the face of a user, you know, user, or maybe this one, and then insert. And there you go. Okay. So this is basically how I can customize this now. And then we have the send message here. So click on this. So edit button, send a message. So how does this work and how is this linked to an actual pop-up window here with this form? Where is that linked and where will it be sent and how does it work? So let me show you now. So now we're going to discover a new Jet plugin, which is called JetFormBuilder. If you click on this, you'll find all the different forms that are being used in the front end, okay? So this one, technically speaking, is send letter to seller. So I'm just going to change this, maybe send email, perhaps, okay, to seller, and then update. And now we can edit, okay? So click on it. And this is what it looks like. Very good. So right here on top, we have two different fields. So these are custom variables that will be used to know exactly which listing it is. So as you can see, the author email and ads link. So this is important to know, obviously, which page you were on and which listing was displayed. So right here you have three fields: your name, your email, your message. So how do they work? Well, if you click on this, you can customize everything here by the side. So this is everything related to your field. Once you have clicked on it, you have the block features here. As you can see, this is your name and this is the form field name. So this is what it's called. And it should always start with underscore, okay? So I click on this one, email. As you can see, underscore email and message underscore message. So why is it important to start with an underscore? Is because you're going to map these afterwards and send and attach them to your email. So if I exit out of this, we'll go back to our screen here. So here with the form settings, with validation, captcha settings, post, submit actions, and so on. As you can see here, the form settings, if you click on this, this is basically related to your layout. Validation, so related to safety, enable form safety and maybe honeypot protection as well. Captcha settings, you can use this as well. But the most important one is the post submit action. Okay, so we have three different fields here. Now you want to send yourself an email. As you can see, you can select different actions. So here, as you can see, you can register user, use a login, call a hook, a web hook, redirect to a specific page. In our case here, obviously, what you want to do is to actually submit the whole content of the email, okay? So in this case is to send the email, and then you can customize the content as well of the email, okay? So if you scroll down here, as you can see, this is your content, and then you can fetch any variable from inside that field, okay? And all the fields. So they're basically here. So it's a message, email name, the ad links, and the author email. So that's basically it. And then you can send that to yourself, okay? So hi, maybe there's a new message on your ad, and then the ad number, okay? So as you can see, this is the ad link. And then you can add the from, the name, the email, and the message, and it will all be added. And then after this, click update, and that's basically it. Okay, so this is how you can customize your form. Now, why is this one displaying here when you click on this? Well, this is another Jet feature. So if you go to advanced, and then you go to Jet pop-up, because you can see if once you click on this, it will open up in a pop-up window. So this is what it is, okay? This is linked to Jet pop-up. Click on this, and as you can see, you can select the item that you want to display. So how does it work here? As you can see, click on widget. It could be maybe on hover on widget, scroll to widget, whatever. In our case, it's probably better if we have click on widget. And then here, all you have to do is basically select the item itself. So here we said send a letter to email. Obviously, we renamed this now. It's send email, but this is where you select it. And it will open this one, basically your form, into a pop-up window. Great. So next we have the menu section here on top. As you can see, you have the logo, our menu. So we'll touch up on that later, but first we have to place an ad. So let me show you how this works. As you can see, when you click on this, this is basically your account. Okay, so I'm logged in, obviously, so this will show up automatically. You have your account, you have all your ads. So all the ads are posted, and you have your own settings as well. So this is basically your profile section. So this is your profile. You can upload a new ad as well. So where are all these forms, and how you can create these? How can build this to match up with all the content on your website? Like for instance here, type of transport, the make, the model, the year. So all of this is interlinked. It's dynamic, obviously. But where is this again? It's in the backend. We go back to the WordPress dashboard. And as you may have guessed it, this is a form. So we go back to JetFormBuilders, okay? Right here. And which one is it? So as you can see, you have all of these. So this should normally be a new post, because that's what it is. We're going to create a new post. Now, if you want to make this more, even more clear to you, place an ad. You could change this to place an ad, okay? So quick edit. So place an ad, okay, and then update. Very good. And now you can edit this, okay? So let's open it. Excellent. So as you can see right on top here, we have the add featured image, upload image to gallery. So let's have a quick look. So this is exactly what we have here. You can select your files, and then you have the basic information, followed by the title, location, and type of transport. And then what do we have? The title, location, type of transport, then make, model, year. And then we have make, model, year, and then body type, mileage, engine type. And that's basically it, okay? So this is basically all your fields here. So this is what you're going to do. When you build your form, you basically add all your different fields. So all you have to do, let me show you just one here, and then you can either click on this one to add a new field from here, or this one to see them all. It's probably easier here because you can see jet form fields. They will all display here. You can decide which one you want to add, obviously, you know. So let's add maybe, I don't know, a date field or something like this, you know. Click on this, and then you can start customizing it, you know. So here you're going to put underscore date perhaps, okay? And then if you click on it, by the side you have all the different options. So maybe date, okay? And then that's basically it. And now you can bring this up a little bit, okay? Maybe in between those two, there you go, after the description. And if I click update, and we go to our front end, refresh, let's have a quick look. I think it's towards the end. Here's the date, okay? So you have your date picker, and then they could select this, okay? Now obviously we don't need the date, but whatever field you feel like adding, you can do so very easy, okay? So now let's click update now, and that's basically it. Let's go back here, and the date is gone now. So again, this is all dynamically linked. As you can see, basic and advanced audio options. So these are fetched automatically, obviously, from the database. So how can you do that? Well, it's very easy. If you go back here and let's select that option here, and see this is a glossary here, click on that. And basically by the side you have basic and advanced features, and basically this is where you set this up. As you can see, select the glossary, and then you have body type, door engine, and advanced options. So we haven't covered that yet, so let me show you what the glossary is. So again, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time we go to Jet Engine and Jet Engine itself, okay? So these are the main settings, and right here by the side you will find glossaries. Click on this, and as you can see you have body type, door, engine type, transmission, drivetrain, and advanced options. Click on this one. If you open, you can see we have all the different options here. So we have power steering, leather interior, sunroof, electric windows, and so on. So these are all the advanced options that you might want to list on in the front end, okay? So what is the difference between glossaries and maybe like we created before, meta boxes or taxonomies? What's the difference between those two? So basically glossaries is maybe, to change it to a different word, is maybe dictionaries or something like this. It's a list of words and options that you can use that you don't have to type them over and over again. So you can basically refer to this and use them in the front end to display all these different options instead of having to type them all over again in each and every product that you have, okay? So that's basically what glossaries are. And now you can use them anywhere on your website and display them using the glossary, and then select the glossary that you want to use, okay? So in our form here, this is the one that you used, advanced options, and as a result, it will display here exactly as we want it to. And then we have the settings here, so that's basically your profile, okay? As you can see, you can add your picture, her name, surname, your VAT number, phone number, location. If you wanted to edit this, again, you go to your form builder here, and this is to edit the user, okay? Click on this one, and there you go. As you can see, profile picture, personal data, VAT number, phone number, and location. And again, you can add as many fields as you want, obviously, you know. So let's go back here for a minute. So this is called My Account. And right here you have My Ads, Add New Ad, and Settings. So maybe you want to change, instead of settings, maybe you want to put profile here. So where can you update and customize this page? Well, if you go on top here, Edit with Elementor, you have the page, Edit User. So right click, open in a new tab. And there is our page now. And as you can see, there is no side menu. This is the content of our form, but we don't have this section here. So how does this work basically? Okay, so let me show you. So in addition to our form here, which is basically like it's called here, the edit user, we also have the actual page itself. So right here, as you can see, edit page. So right click, open in a new tab. And this is the actual page itself. So if we open this with Elementor, as you can see, you have My Account. And right here, we have the profile content. So I'll click on this. So this widget here is called Edit Profile Subpage Content, which is this page here, okay? So this will be inserted here automatically but my account page, that's basically what it is, okay? So if you click on this now, there you go. As you can see, we have the content that will be displayed, and the content is account, and it will display vertically, okay? So now, where is this content? Where can you customize this? How can you change settings to profile as an example here? Again, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time we're going to go to Jet Engine, and there is a new feature we haven't covered yet, which is the Profile Builder, okay? So click on this. Very good. So now if you go to your account page, right there, as you can see, you have those few fields. So my ads, add new ads, edit, and settings. So this is where settings is. So if you click on this, now you could change settings to profile. Okay, now make sure you keep the slug the same because this is linked everywhere on your website already. Okay, and then save changes. Now let's go back here in the front end and refresh. As you can see, now it says profile. So add a new ad. Once you completely go back to a profile, that makes more sense, profile, I think, because this is your picture, your personal data, and your details. So that's basically how you can customize this page as well. Okay, so now let me show you how you can change the last few things here. So we have the header and the footer section. So let's take care of this. So you can either edit them from here. As you can see, if you go to edit with Elementor, you have edit, header, and main footer. Or you can go into the backend here, and then you go to Crocoblock, theme builder. And as you can see, you have the header and main footer. So if you were to click on this, then edit content for the header. And then you could do the same with the footer section. So here, edit content. And let's start with our header maybe. So first, we're going to change the logo here. So all you have to do is to click on this and then select your files and upload it. So here we have two different versions, dark and bright version. Okay, so select this one here, upload them. So as you can see, light and dark mode. So for this type of background, we're going to need this one. So select. Good, as you can see, this looks absolutely perfect. And this is our menu section here. So this is a menu section you're going to fetch from the menu itself in the backend. So what we need to do here, I'm going to save this first, is to go back to the WordPress dashboard. And then from here, we're going to go to appearance and then menus. And there should be only one. This is the main menu. So if we go back here to our listing, if you click on this, you can see the one that's selected is main because there's only one menu at the moment. So let me show you how you can customize this. So here, as you can see, I have my ads, single ads, ad listing. So maybe we can bulk select and delete them all. And we're going to create a new menu altogether. Okay, so remove selected items. And here by the side, as you can see, these are the pages that you have. These are your blog posts. These are your custom links, categories, and also WooCommerce endpoints. So in our case here, we're not really interested in that, are we? And then you could display maybe all the different types of transport. So we could have this instead of here, could have them directly here in the menu section. Okay, so let me show you how you can do that. So if you go back here, now if you go on top, screen options, click on this. And right there, as you can see, you have different things here. So you have product categories, you have product tags, color, state, model, makes, and types of transport, okay? Now if you close this, now we can add them to our page. So we're going to add cars, water transport, special machinery, okay? Just like this, add. Very good. So we could have cars first and then maybe bikes. And then here, instead of water transport, we're going to put boats, okay? It's probably easier to understand. Special machinery, maybe just machineries, okay? And then trucks and buses, you can replace the end, maybe truck/buses, okay? And then machineries. Yeah, so we already have machineries and machinery here. So this is special machinery and this is machinery. So for this, maybe we can create something a little bit different. Let me show you, okay? So we go to custom link. Here we're going to put a hashtag and here we're going to put machinery, okay? Add to menu. Very good. So this is the custom link we added. And underneath, we're going to drag and drop those two and indent them. As you can see, this is main category. This is subcategory under this one. Grab this one here and the same, okay? And then right here, we could have special machinery, okay? And here we could have regular, or whatever you want to call it, okay? Just like this. Now save menu. Let's go back to the home page and refresh. Very good. As you can see, now have cars, bikes, boat, trucks and buses, machinery. And this is not going anywhere unless I click on this, okay? So I could click on special machinery. And there you go. This is our special machinery section, okay? And if I go to cars, it will display all the cars, okay? Very good, so this is working fine. So let's go back here now. So this is our menu. And then if we go to our button here, click on the green one. As you can see, this is a button and it will link directly to the profile page URL. So I would leave it as is, you know. All you can do maybe is just change the text here if you wanted to. Click update. And that's us done with the header. And now let's go to our footer section, and it's the same principle basically, okay? So right here, going to click on this, going to change the logo first, select this one here, select. Very good. As you can see, this is way too big. So now we can reduce the size, obviously. So grab this, grab the handle, and then stop when you see that the size is roughly the proper one, okay? And right here, I have a few links, as you can see, if you click on that. This is called icon list. So pre-made websites, pop-up bundles, dynamic templates. Again, you can link that to internal pages. So this is the link here, delete that. So maybe you want to have, maybe instead of templates here, click on it, and you could have maybe types of vehicles, okay, just like this. And right there, now we can change this, obviously, you know. So if you go to the front end, remember we have cars. So if you right click on this, copy link address, sorry, this one here. So here we're going to put the URL, and this is cars, okay? And then this one here will be bikes. So right click, copy link address, and then paste it here, and this is bikes, okay? And then we have the next one here, so boats, let's say, okay? So copy URL, and then this one will be boats, and then you copy the URL here, okay? Control V, perfect. And if you wanted to add a few more, add items. So let's do them all, truck and buses here, copy, and then here, trucks and buses, and then insert the link. There you go. So as you can see, there's an icon here. Next to it, you can delete that. It will display like this. So update, and this is basically how you can create your different sections here, okay? And one more thing here, we have the social media icons. If you click on this, again, same principle is called social icons, and this one was called icon list. It's the same principle, except this is for more social media platforms. So let's say you have LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, which are the most popular ones nowadays anyways. But let's say you don't use LinkedIn anymore, you can delete it. And if you want to add another one, all you have to do is click on this and then select the platform. So it could be Telegram, maybe Threads, or even WhatsApp, you can see here, okay? So basically here, all you have to do is to click on the link itself, and you're going to link that to your YouTube channel. This one link that to your Facebook page, and so on and so on, okay? So that's basically how you can edit the footer section, okay? So we can close this now. So let's go back to the front end. So the last page we need to take care of is the grid page here, basically the search result page. As you can see, if I click on bikes, it will show me all the bikes, and obviously you have all the filters here by the side. And as well, if I go to cars, it's the same. I can look for a specific make. For instance, I want a BMW. There's 4 of them, and that's all I'll see here, okay? And then the same for the model, the price, the location, and the type of the body type and transmission. So again, let me show you how you can configure this and how you can set your filters here by the side. And for this, we're going to open 2 different tabs here. So in this one, we're going to open the page itself. So this one is in Crocoblock. You go to Theme Builder. This is a CPT archive, so these are our ads, okay? So we've taken care of the header and the footer already. Now we're going to click on the page itself, so edit content. Very good, so this is our page itself. And in the other one, we're going to open the filters. So these are all the filters here. If you click on this, you can see select filter. This is the model hierarchy. This one is the body type, okay? So let's go back here now, and we go to smart filters. And that's where they all are, okay? So if you wanted to customize all of these, any of these, basically you would start from there. So let's go back here on top, and then right here on top as well, if you click on this, this is an active filter as well for the active categories, and a reset filter all together after this if you wanted to clear everything off. So right here, as you can see, this is our listing, how they will display. Again, if you click on that, as you can see, this one is called extended listings. So where is this one? So again, we go back here, we go to Jet Engine, and this is listings. And extended listing should be somewhere here. Let's find it. Here it is, okay? And if you wanted to edit this one, all you have to do is click Edit with Elementor. And now we have all the elements to allow us to customize this page, basically, okay? So right here, as you can see, this is our listing, which is this one here. And now you can customize all these elements here. And when it comes to your filters, they'll be basically here. So we've touched upon that already. We've done that already for the home page. So it's the same principle. We're not going to cover that again. So you're already familiar with that. And once you're done, as always, all you have to do is click update and you'll be done with your grid page. So now at this stage, I'm sure you want to get paid and generate some revenue. So when they place an ad, maybe you want to get paid via a subscription model, or maybe a once-off payment for a specific ad or something like this. So as you can see on the multi-vendor features here, you can find the best matching monetization model combo. As you can see, you can charge a listing fee, a subscription fee, or like we have here, featured listings and ads. So these are 3 different ways that you can get paid for your listings. Now, we're not going to cover this in this video. We're going to leave it at that for now. This will be covered in part 2 of this tutorial. And there you go, guys. This is how you can build a car dealer marketplace. Again, in part 2, I will show you how you can monetize this website. Now, as always, if you'd like to give it a go, I'll leave all links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.